if you are a student or a busy working professional, this is like one of the cheapest and the best way to make a pizza. By the way, if you are new to this channel, I'm Raj. I'm a third year medical student and a software engineer. I find myself busy most of the time, so whenever I get time I start cooking. So in this video I will show you guys how to make pizza with some of the simplest ingredients and freshly at home. The first very important ingredient is the dough, of course. So please buy type 00 flour, which is specifically made for pizza. The reason is it consists of some low proteins that gives the crispier crust on the outside and then chewier on the inside. So that's very important if you're making pizza. Of course you can use any other dough like all-purpose flour or bread flour as well. So that's one of the things. And the second is yeast. You can go for instant yeast or fresh yeast. I have tried both of them. Make sure you take like 300 to 400 grams of the pizza flour and then take like 200 ml of water. The important point here is to take lukewarm water. Please do not have boiling water or something because the yeast will die. So for 300 to 400 grams of pizza flour, take like 200 grams of lukewarm water and then add fresh yeast to it or instant yeast and then mix it completely so that there is no lumps, and then pour this water into the pizza flour along with the 1 teaspoon of salt. It hardly takes like 10-15 minutes to mix all these ingredients to make a dough ball. Close it with a cellophane wrap or lid and put it in the fridge for at least 12 to 14 hours. The reason ferment better, the yeast starts acting it and breaks down the complex carbohydrates in the dough and also imparts a very good and fresh flavor. And one more interesting or important point is it helps the dough stretchy when you start stretching the dough for making a pizza. So that's very important. So please put it in the fridge like at least 10-12 hours, I guess. So the ideal case will be like 12 to 14 hours. Once you take the pizza dough from the fridge, dust some dry flour in the counter and then put the dough there and then start kneading it. After kneading it for like 5 to 10 minutes, make some small sized dough balls that you will use it for the pizza. At this stage, when you make small dough balls, so keep it like for 1 to 2 hours in the counter. After that, when you come back, you can see the dough has risen twice its size. So once you made the pizza dough, start by dusting some flour on the counter and then take a pizza dough ball and then start pressing it from the center and push it outside and then start stretching it in all directions. After you think you stretched evenly on all directions, then it's time to apply the pizza sauce. So once again, as the title says, this is like the cheaper version of making pizza. So what I go for it is like to buy the San Marzano tomato, the pizza sauce, the authentic Italian version of tomatoes that they make pizza sauce with. So I buy the cans and then I take those puree and then I add like 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I add a little bit of chili flakes, pepper, oregano and basil and then mix it nicely. You can also use a blender if you have like a full San Marzano tomatoes, but in my case I have the tomato puree, so you have to just mix it with a spoon. Once you mix the thing, the pizza sauce is ready. Check some salt, put some salt and then start applying it on the dough all over. And then now is the most exciting part, the cheese. I'm a huge cheese lover. You can choose any cheese you wanted. I mean, most pizzas generally have mozzarella, so I highly recommend buying that. It's quite cheap actually compared to every other cheese out there. So in my case, I'm gonna use Gouda, mozzarella, and I also have Grana Padano and Pecorino Romano. So these are the 4 things. And if you want something really cool, you can also add blue cheese to it, Gorgonzola. So I am also using that as a 5th cheese. It really doubles the taste of the pizza actually. Try using that. That's a huge tip. Like use mozzarella and just use blue cheese. Enhance the flavor at least 10 times. And one more thing is you can of course put any vegetables or pepperonis on top of it as well. In my case, I am putting mushrooms, freshly cut mushrooms, and then I layer the cheese. in worst case, if you don't have any vegetables or meat, just go for just the cheese and then put it into the oven. In this case, the oven has to be preheated, like at least heated anywhere between like 15-20 minutes, and then you put your pizza in a baking tray or a pizza stone if you have all those things. But in my case, I just have a baking tray, and I put the butter paper on top of it. I put the pizza dough and then I put it inside the oven. I let it sit in the oven for at least 10 minutes, and then I keep checking it. If you guys feel like the crust in the center is not yet cooked, then please put it for some more time, few more minutes, and then your pizza is ready, guys. And then if you do the math, actually, if you see, it basically costs like less than $5 to make this pizza, and in this case you have a lot of dough balls also sitting, so you can make pizza for a couple of days straight, and also you can invite friends as well. So it's like a very fun thing to do with your friends. Like whenever you put like 600-700 grams of dough, I think you can get like 3 to 4 bigger size pizza, or if not 4 to 5 medium size pizza. So you can always invite your friends, and it will be so much fun to make this thing together, if everyone can start decorating their pizza with whatever cheese they prefer, vegetables they prefer. So it's a fun thing to do. Thank you.